Hey everybody, Ryan here with Ray's latest, and today we're going to be talking about Gavin Lux opening the season on the IL. Sadly, it's kind of just more of a cautious approach to the right shoulder that he's been dealing with all spring, as well as Steven Matz had another great outing today, which is kind of a bright spot in retrospect to what we've been seeing from Nick Martinez, and at least that one of the new starting pitching rotation signings is kind of keeping up with what the financial value that is being transactionalized between the two parties there. But first, let's talk about Gavin Lux. Obviously, it kind of sucks hearing this news. He's starting the season on the IL. He had been out for quite some time with that undisclosed upper body injury that he was dealing with earlier. It's kind of coming out that it was just a right shoulder, and it's been officially kind of tabbed as a shoulder impingement, which, for those of you who don't know what a shoulder impingement is, it pretty much makes it impossible to kind of rotate your shoulder and rotate your arm, especially in a throwing manner or a pulling manner. More depending on where the impingement's at. If it's in the back, it's more of the pull with the swing, and then if it's in the front, it'd be that throwing motion going forward. It sucks. It really does suck because it's probably like somebody's just stabbing you with a knife in that spot, and it's really tough to deal with, especially when you're having to make high effort throws and high effort swings. It's best to just let that heal and kind of rehab that as best as possible. And there's no surgical options that you really can do for that. It's more of just a nerve impingement in your shoulder that just flares up, fire sensation, feels like you're being stabbed with a knife, and it does not feel good. So taking that cautious approach with him is something that I'm not too opposed with. Didn't really see much of him this spring anyways. So didn't really know what to expect. Was kind of having high hopes, obviously, with it being Gavin Lux, kind of a bigger name in the Rays organization. But him starting the season on the IL, we will see Richie Palacios take his place at second base to start the season. And just in Rays fashion, our starting shortstop and our starting second baseman are starting the season on the IL, and we have Carson Williams most likely going to be playing short, and Richie Palacios playing second. Which Palacios is one of those guys I was talking about early on in the spring and early on in the offseason, is somebody that could kind of be an X factor for this team. And he has had his struggles, obviously, throughout the beginning of his career, but I do think that he has the tools to succeed. And I think that given this opportunity, we could see him kind of step into that role that betters the team and kind of shows forth of who he truly is as a player, which we really haven't seen yet. So he, just like Williams, he was optioned to the minors on Friday, but now he's back. Just like Taylor Walls was at it, was sent, or Carson Williams was sent down. He was back within 24 hours. Palacios is back within 72 hours, with Lux hitting the IL today. And so we will see that come opening day roster. He did kind of play his second game against right-handed pitchers today in a game, so it's going to be interesting to kind of see how he performs with the right on right matchups. So I'm excited to kind of see that. Kevin Cash says I'm excited for Richie. That was a fun phone call to make. Said he helps our team. I've said it many years now. When he's healthy, he can help you do a lot of things to win. Defensively, on the bases, certainly gets good at bats, so he'll get into the mix. Palacio says, of course, it's nice to be back here with the guys. The option is the option. That's how the game is. That's fine. I don't complain about it. Just lock in, and I was able to get another opportunity here. That's good to see. I mean, obviously, it's a business. At the end of the day, if you're not the best performer in your company, you're not going to get promoted. That's pretty much how the business world works, unless you're best friends with the boss, or you're married to the daughter, whatever. Major League Baseball does not work that way. It does not matter who you are. If you are not succeeding, you will get cut and you will be optioned and you'll be DFA'd, you'll be sent down, you'll be traded. They don't care. They make too much money to put out a bad product. And Palacios, obviously, as well as many other big leaguers, know that's just part of the game. It's just things you got to deal with, and things happen. And so him kind of coming out and saying, yeah, just being sent down, it's part of it. And obviously knowing that Gavin Lux is the guy that's supposed to be starting there, he gets a little bit more leeway, obviously, with how much money is financially stapled to him, he will get a little bit more leeway either way. And Palacios kind of struggling over the past few years with not really doing much this spring to kind of jumpstart his way into it. I think it's one of those things where he kind of expected it and it happened. It was like, okay, I was kind of expecting this, whatever. But he gets the phone call on Monday, said, "Hey, we need you back. Your opening day second baseman. Let's go." So I think him kind of acknowledging that is good. He wasn't too upset about it, and excited to see him come opening day and kind of see how he fits into this lineup in this defensive rotation and see if he could provide a spark for us. And hopefully he can kind of step up from where he's been and provide that gap that we need at second base. And hopefully Gavin Lux gets back sooner rather than later so we can kind of just go from there and kind of see how things go. With the next thing I want to talk about, Steven Matz. Great five shutout innings against the Phillies today. He only allowed four hits, one walk, struck out four. Matt says, I'm really happy with that, especially against this lineup, all their starters in. I was really looking forward to kind of seeing the stuff I've been working on and how it played against some of those guys. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. It's great to see. Cash said the Rays were very encouraged with the overall spring, things of that nature. He's really excited and kind of looking into it. I think it's great to have him kind of step up and fill that void, especially he's going to be opening on that pitch count. So it's going to be great for him. Excited to see that with Martinez's struggles. I'm good to see with what he's been going on. Next, just kind of a touch on some of the game today. Yandy Diaz, 4 for 4. When he asked about it, he said he's adamant he's feeling good, so he wants to play. Kevin Cash said this on Yandy Diaz. Simpson dropped a perfectly executed bunt for a hit. Fraley had a rare left on left homer, which is really good to see. Ben Williamson hit his team high third homer of the spring, which is, I saw a stat, he hit one home run in 300 at bats previously in Major League Baseball. He's hit three already this spring. Really excited to see that and kind of see the power kind of step up for him there. And who knows, he could make a big dent in this lineup and in this roster with all the people we have on the IL to start the season. So I'm really excited to kind of see how he's transitioned into this. And I think that if he can bring those power numbers up and just be consistent with what he's doing, the sky's the limit with him. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. So I think where the lineup stands now, we're locked in. Williams at short, Palacios at second. I think that Ben Williamson is going to be plug and play from here on and kind of see he's a utility guy. He can play pretty much anywhere. So I'm excited to see how he kind of fits into the fold and see what he can do with that. But you guys let me know what you guys think about Lux getting on the IL with Palacios coming up, as well as how you've seen Williamson and Matz kind of shape themselves early in the spring to something that we weren't maybe necessarily expecting. But you guys let me know, and you guys have a great one.